Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are here today with the ElecHive from ZEROBREEZE. It's a portable power station. It's one of the biggest ones that we have tested. It's got 2,500 watt hours, which is a huge capacity. It also has 2,200 watts of AC output. It has 1,250 watts, the ability to intake from solar, and all of this is packed into 40 pounds, and you can see it's actually not a big footprint. So let's kind of open it up, take a look at it, and then I'll get into testing later. Very nice packaging. Okay, one of the things that it comes with is it comes with a cover to go over the top so that you can keep it outside and you can keep it waterproof. It's got the manual. This is a outlet that is a 12 volt like cigarette lighter type outlet. Also has an inlet and the ability to charge from your car. This is also the AC charger, pretty heavy. This is 250 watts charging ability. And here is the unit. You've got all the outputs up front, inputs on the back. It comes charged at 70%. So we're going to take a look. We'll get into this. We will do some different tests to see what capacity it has. Also, I'm going to test the discharge capacity to see how much power you can actually pull out of here. In doing that, we're going to test the inverter and see what the efficiency of the inverter is. And then we'll look at all these different outlets that we have here. So right now we are charging the ElecHive. 200 watts is going in from the AC outlet from the house. I wanted to go over all the different outlet ports that it has. The first outlet port here that it has is a Anderson port, and this is a 24 volt. This Anderson port comes with a connector that ZEROBREEZE provides you with a cigarette style adapter. It also is where your ZEROBREEZE AC would hook up to, so it provides 24 volts automatically in here. They have the Mark II right now, but they have a Mark III coming out that has a little over 5,000 BTUs that they've asked us to test, so we're really excited about testing that. That's supposed to be coming out in the summer of this year. So we'll be able to get into that. Also, you can plug this right into here. You've got a cigarette lighter style outlet. They did not put this in the unit itself. With the Anderson type plug, it gives you a little bit more versatility of what you can use this for. This here plugs into the back, and you can actually charge it if you're going camping. You can charge it with your truck. It has two different charge types in the back here. It has this one here is the one that this one would plug into. Then over here you have a quick charging. You can use your solar to plug into here, which I've got the adapter for that as well. I don't have it here, but I've got the adapter for that as well, so I can charge it with solar. Then you've got another thing right here that actually shows auto sleep, so it will go off if no power is coming out of there. And then another thing that's over here that's kind of neat is it's got a switch where you can see over here 100% or 90%. So what this allows you to do is you can charge just up to 90% and discharge it down to 10%. It'll extend the life of your battery, but this switch gives you the availability to charge it all the way to 100 and drain it all the way down to 0. So it gives you the option to do a couple different things in there. Then down here is all your DC buttons. You can turn on your DC. It right here has a DC 5521 port with 12 volt output, and then right next to it over here is an Anderson port, and that's a 12 volt output versus the 24 volt up here. Then you've got two C-type chargers here. The first C-type charger is 100 watt, and then the second C-type charger is an 18 watt. You have two USB type A ports, 18 watt output on these. Then also down here you have 4 AC outlets. So on the display screen here, we've got a bunch of information. It shows the amount of input going in right here. We've got 197 watts coming in from our AC charger. Then also it has the DC output. Now there's nothing plugged in, so there's nothing going out right now. But you can see down here our battery is 1% charge and it's charging. So what I've done on the back, there's a switch that you can charge all the way to 90 and discharge all the way to 10, or you can charge all the way to 100 and discharge all the way to 0. So maybe you're asking, okay, well, why would I do that? Why would I not charge it all the way? Basically, ZEROBREEZE is giving you the availability to kind of extend your battery life. So if you don't charge it all the way to 100 and discharge it all the way down to 0, it will extend your battery life. And then also over here it shows how many watt hours we have, and then it shows how many hours to full. So right now, charging at 200 watts, you see that it's going to take 12.7 hours. And that's it. You pretty much have everything that we're looking at right here, and we will get into testing this and see what this thing can do. So we've got 2580 watts on here. I'm going to take the watt meter. Wanted to go over a couple different ways that you could use the ZEROBREEZE power source. One of the ways is if there's a power outage. So there's a couple different types of power outages that we have, at least here in Louisiana. We'll have one in the summertime when there's thunderstorms, the power goes out. We're not sure if it's going to go out or stay out for an hour, or if it's going to stay out for 6 or 7 hours. So the decision kind of becomes, let me go out to the garage, grab my gas generator, fill it up full of gas, take it to wherever the plug-in is on the house, plug it back up, start it up, get everything started. But that's going to take me about an hour or an hour and a half to kind of get that done. So I start to think, okay, by the time I get that done, the power's going to be back on. Now I've got to drain all the gas back out of the generator. I got to, drain it out of the carburetor so that the carburetor don't gum up anymore. So for a short period, basically what it does is when the power goes off, you can grab this little 40-pound unit and take to whatever you want to power at the time, whether it be plugging in for coffee in the morning, turning the TV on to kind of see what's going on with weather, hook up a hairdryer so that your wife can dry her hair, or a curling iron, whatever the case may be. It's not that difficult at all. There's nothing I have to do. As long as it's charged beforehand, I just grab it, take it to wherever it is, plug anything into it. And you can see the sun kind of coming up now. It's actually been kind of cloudy here the last few days, but it has the ability that you can recharge this with sun. So that is a huge advantage. So the other type of way that it can be used is in a long-term power outage. What the ZEROBREEZE brings to the table versus a typical gas generator is that you have the availability to charge it from the sun, or you can start your gas generator up. You can charge this for a couple hours, and then you can provide all the power that's in your house. The problem with a gas generator is that you have to go get gas. And lots of times if we have a power outage here in Louisiana, especially if it's a multi-day power outage, like if there is a hurricane or power lines are down or something like that, you can't go get gas. You gotta go distance to go get gas, and you don't know where you can pick that up if it's over a multi-day deal. So what the ZEROBREEZE enables you to do is that it's quiet, there's no fumes, so you can do it in your house. You can take this battery, put it right to your house. So if you have a portable air conditioner, you can hook right up to this, and all night long, and you don't have to have your generator running outside all night long just to run your air conditioner. So that's a couple different things. You can plug in your coffee maker in the morning. You can do all those different things, and then during the day, you can plug in your solar panels. It can regenerate, during the day. I think that probably the way that most people would use it is the way that we're using it, which is, I have no plans on getting rid of my gas generator, but they both work hand in hand. And a gas generator is more for a long-term outage than grabbing everything and, like I just explained, getting everything ready, because it's kind of a pain in the butt. You have to deal with fuel, and some of them you have to mix the fuel, and then if you haven't used it for a long time, you got to get the thing started. If you're not really doing well with your maintenance and making sure that gas is not sitting in the carburetor and gumming up, then when you go to need it and pull it over, you're going to find that it's not going to start. There's nothing to pull over. There's nothing to start with the ZEROBREEZE. You know, it's just making sure it's charged and plug right into it, and away you go. So let's also talk about some things that we can use a power generator for around the house or around the boat. So I've got an assortment of tools set up here so that we can use the power station. So the first thing that we do is we turn it on, and then over here is DC. So we push and hold until DC comes on. You'll hear the fan kick on. I've got a skill saw right here. So this is something that you might use. You know, no problem with power. Got a regular drill here that I've got set up. Got a grinder. And a regular like flood lamp. So with all these different things, you know, we have no problem running this to do additional projects or something that's maybe even away from the house that you can take in your truck, take anywhere you go. If you're camping, you can run an induction cooktop, you can run a little hot plate, you can run a heater, an air conditioner, you can run anything that you would need when you're camping. You can run from here. And then also the thing with this one here is that you can charge it also in your truck or in your vehicle. You can plug it into the cigarette style plug-in and it'll charge in there as well. Or you can bring some solar panels along with you that you can charge it with the sun. So I did want to talk about what I've got set up here. I've got solar panels set up, and what I've got is I've got 2 set up here and 2 set up over here. And I've got them separated so I can explain to you a way that I think is very important to understand how solar generators work, or even anything that you're charging, because it has a maximum amount of voltage that it can input and a maximum amount of amperage that it can input. So it depends on how you set up your solar array, if they're set up in parallel or if they're set up in series. So what I've got here is I've got some MC4 connectors. This is how we attach directly to our solar panels. And then on the back here is an Anderson connector. This will connect directly to the back port so that we can input our solar into the solar powered generator. This one will take up to a maximum of 1250 watts, but you can't put 1250 watts into the generator any way that you want. It goes in a specific way. For example, this one here will handle a maximum of 75 volts and a maximum of 26 amps. So every generator that you're looking at, you need to look at what its maximum amount of voltage it can handle is and the maximum amount of amperage. And that's how you set up your solar array. So the reason why I've got 2 and 2 is because we can connect positive to negative, positive to negative, positive to negative, and all of these together, and they would all be in series. And what happens is when you connect things in series, you're adding up the voltage. So for example, let's just say, matter of fact, let's be exact. If I look on the back of here, come around this way. If I look on the back of here, it's upside down. So you can see in here, your open voltage is 21.6 volts. That's the maximum amount of volts that I'll put out. And short circuit is 6.5. That's the maximum amount of amperage. So when you're looking at setting up your array, when you set things up in series, positive to negative, positive to negative, positive to negative, your voltage gets added up. So if we're looking at 20, let's just say it's 20 instead of 21. 20, 40, 60, 80. If I put 4 of these in series, it's going to be above the 75 volts that this takes, and it'll shut down. Even though it's only 400 watts of power, it won't accept it, even though my solar generator can accept 1250 watts. It's because of how I'm putting it in. I'm overloading the voltage. So what I'm doing is now I'm doing these two in series. So I've got two of them connected together, positive to negative. These two in series, positive to negative. So we connect positive to positive, and we put this in the positive side. We connect negative to negative, and we put this in the negative side. Now we have two panels in series, both of them connected in parallel. 20 plus 20 is 40 volts. 20 plus 20 is 40 volts. When I put them together in parallel now I'm adding the amperage. So we've got 5 and 5 is 10. So this will accept 400 watts now because I'm not going over the voltage of 75 volts and I'm not going over the amperage of 26 amps. So I'm now putting 40 volts times 10 amps, and that's 400 watts is going into my solar generator. So that's one of the things that you need to make sure of if you're buying a solar generator or a portable power station separately from your solar array, is you kind of want to know how you're going to set up your solar array. What are the parameters of your solar panels, and will they fit with your portable power station? If you're within range with your voltage, and if you're within range with your amperage. That's how you set up your solar array. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I would set up the panels if I had 12 100 watt panels. I would set up 4 sets of 3 panels each. So each of the 3 panels would be connected positive to negative, thereby being in series. And then what I would do is I would connect all of the negatives of the 4 separate panels together, then all the positives of the 4 separate panels together, and connect them back up to the unit, thereby setting up a solar array having 4 sets of panels in series, all connected in parallel. I will say one other thing. If you are putting in 1200 watts into this portable power station, and you're actually pulling out 2200 watts, because that's the maximum, it would not allow you to do that. You have a maximum of 2200 watts in total. So if you're putting in 1200 watts, you're only going to be allowed to use 1000 watts coming out if you're doing it on the same time. That has to do with overloading and overheating the battery and the unit and its capacity. But that's something to remember when you're charging and discharging the exact same time. All right, so I want to do a little wrap up with regards to this ZEROBREEZE unit and kind of tell you who I think would probably purchase this unit or get the most benefit from purchasing this unit. First of all, I think the person that would get the most benefit is somebody that is purchasing the Mark III or the Mark II air conditioning unit that ZEROBREEZE sells, because you can hook directly to the DC output here and you're not going through an inverter. So that's the first thing that I would say that would be the most beneficial. Also, a person that would really like this type of unit is somebody that is really concerned with space, because you're packing 2500 watt hours into a very small, matter of fact, I don't know if there's one that packs more wattage in a footprint this small. I don't know if there's anything out there. Gives you a lot of availability with regards to what you can charge, what you can use it for. So that's somebody that's really going to take advantage of that. I love everything about how this unit performs. So one of the things that I would consider if I were using this unit as blackouts in my home and I was going to charge it with my gas-powered generator because I was using it all day or something, I would consider getting their larger power source. They have got, this one here is a 240 watt, they've got a 600 watt, and they've got a 1200 watt. So the 1200 watt is going to charge this thing in about 2 hours. This thing here is going to take you 13 hours to charge it. So it's going to make using your gas generator to charge this probably not viable, in my opinion, because you're going to have that thing on for 13 hours doing it. You're running everything from your generator anyway, and now you're not really conserving a lot of gas with your generator. What you can do with regards to this here is you can charge this thing with solar through the day. You can use everything that you're using, your air conditioner or your appliances, your refrigerator, stove, anything that you're wanting to hook up to this. But then if you've got the 1200 watt power supply, you can turn your generator on for 2 hours in the evening and the night when the sun is not up so you're not able to charge it by sun, and you can charge it in 2 hours. That way you're good for another 6 to 8 hours through the night. So I think that that's what I would consider if I was purchasing this unit. I would get the 1200 watt power supply. Other than that, everything else that I've looked at through here, everything that I've tested, I love how it performs. So somebody else that I think that would really benefit from this are campers, hunters, somebody that's going, maybe not living off-grid, but going off-grid for the weekend or for a week. This will provide you with more than enough power to kind of provide everything that's necessary within your camp. Whether it be an air conditioner, whether it be a heater, whatever. You can also charge it once again with your truck, with your vehicle, or if you've got solar panels set up out there, you can charge it there. So I think this is a great option if you are in a place that doesn't have dedicated power supply. And it's not very big and it's not very heavy. It's easily portable. So that's one thing that I would look at. Camping especially. I think I've seen a lot of people out there too, like for example truck drivers. Truck drivers will put a heater or they'll put an air conditioner in the cab of their truck because they don't want to run their engine all night long, especially with the cost of diesel. This would be something that I would look at powering the, once again, whether it be the ZEROBREEZE that this company sells for an air conditioner or a heater, or one that you're purchasing on yourself. This would be a great place for that because it's going to be smaller than the other types of portable power stations out there, and it's something that packs enough power that can get you through the night on AC or on a heater. Also, I want to give a big shout out to ZEROBREEZE for sending us this unit to be able to test. I've really enjoyed testing it and put it through its paces. Also, I want to let you guys know that in 2024, they're going to be coming out with the ZEROBREEZE Mark III, which is their air conditioning unit. Hopefully, we're going to get a chance to take a look at that and test it for you. It's a big step up from their 2. I think the 3 is going to be about 5,000 BTUs or a little over. So I think that would be great to use on our boat. Be sure to check out the description below for all the links with regards to ZEROBREEZE and all their products that they have. If you go to their website, they've got a lot of different accessories that you can use with regards to this. As always, please leave us a comment, leave us a like, give us a thumbs up, and we can't wait to see you guys out there.